Hi everybody, my name's Thomas. I'm the solo dev behind Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles, and today, a week after quite a good launch, I wanted to talk about a topic that I see coming back in the reviews and the comments and the discourse, which is progression in Bulwark. Where does it all lead to? What's the goal? Is there a tech tree? And there is. First off, I think that's the tech tree itself, which is called the Soul Tree, isn't signposted very well, and I'm working to remedy that. I've heard that message come loud and clear. So expect that in one of the future patches. For now, let me explain how it works and just dig into it. So I've built a little bannerless settlement here. As you can see, I've got a few units, which I've gained from random encounters, a few trade routes. And you can see in the top right that my alignment has turned bannerless because the majority of my people are bannerless, which are basically the pirate faction. There's a lot of neutral people, which are the free house people. They're always sort of the neutral, non-political part of your settlement. So they always exist in larger or smaller amounts. If we go to the map, we can see I've got some trade routes. There's a trade ship coming in who wants to work with me. And I've built up a decent trade network. Where is your tech progression? Well, it's now hidden up here, and it says Soul Tree. If we go there, that is the tech tree for Bulwark. It's where you unlock all the content. Each faction has its own soul tree. So it's not a tech tree. You unlock the souls, or actually just the people of the Ursi to work for you. And they get more advanced as you progress, and you can unlock all the way up the tree. As you can see, I've unlocked 2 trees, or 3. The free house, which is your default vanilla tree again, that is mostly focused on trade. There's a few defensive captains, but it's your base stuff. If we zoom in, there's a few captains here. There's some more advanced captains. Here's 2 combat captains to protect your trade routes, and here are the resource buff commanders that provide an extra extractor. Another topic that's come up, which I will talk about in a future video when we do the roadmap. People want to know how to make extractors. There's an entire video on that. Basically, you find them in the world or you conquer for them. But more mechanics for that are likely to come up. So I've not unlocked the entire tree. There's some commanders up there that provide units. Each of these portraits in the tree, and this is new, which isn't out yet, that I saw in the main game as you have it, all of these unlocked or locked commanders are hidden. And then people thought, well, there's nothing there, I guess. So I've added some silhouettes so that you can see, I've got quite a lot to unlock. And as I'm a bannerless in this game, I've not unlocked all their captains, but I've unlocked a few commanders. They have 2. They're very small fighter focused. Those provide fighters. I've unlocked a mechanic, which we're using it. I've unlocked that's something coming in the future. And there's stuff for me to unlock even so. So, for instance, if something is unlockable on the Soul Tree, again, it'll be in a white color. So like these ones, these are available in the world. So if I look on my map, they're likely easy to be found. Captains are usually sailing up to your harbor, or they spawn quite close to it. This is one of the captains. If I go to the Soul Tree, she will have unlocked, and she was the one that was white before. That's how it works. If I go up to this random encounter, it might be another commander or an event or a buff. I don't know. But everything is determined by how far you unlock on the Soul Tree. Now, the important question is, how do you unlock the Soul Tree? You unlock it by gaining population of that faction. It's a very simple loop. Grow your settlement, get more bannerless or monster or pirate population, and you will get more unlocked. So when you start and you just focus on building and you think, I've got all my resources, what else is there to do? Just grow and design your settlement, invite in more of that faction, which will increase their influence, which will attract, again, more population. Because if you have a powerful monster outpost, that will gain more population. That, by the way, was a Businesses Appear event. What happens there is that you'll see, if you get one of those, they'll spawn little special houses around your settlement. So if we build up some new and we come back in a couple of minutes, we'll see some fairly unique houses or statues or pubs. All that stuff might spawn once you encounter those. We didn't get a commander. But one of the things I wanted to show you is, for instance, what do all these commanders, what's the content you add? So if I upgrade this tower to command tower, I can add, I have a bunch of commanders. So here is the mechanic. If I had her, it respawns my surveyor as a bannerless pirate surveyor. So this is one is focused on point defense. And that's how you unlock that new content, simply by having that commander on your tree. This one, I get new content. And it also means that this tower is now a beacon of pirate influence. So if I just unlock her menu, and if I design her tower out again a little bit, all the bits and pieces. Here we go. You will get little bannerless attachment, and it will function as an influence, as you see in the bottom left, of bannerless. So it will attract more bannerless population around it. If I make another tower with one of the other commanders I found, this guy is quite cool. He's a friend of them from a future faction called Freebooters. And they make this, well, let's get that's ugly. Let's assign him a proper tower. And the design of the tower determines how many units comes out. So he spawns, you can see one little come out. Oh, only one, because it's not a very beefy tower. And it's got this cool headpiece, how do you call it? This pool headquarters, and he spawns razor beetles. So all the unique stuff you might want in your settlement comes from unlocking the soul tree and the commanders that come with it. If I'd grown it a little bit more there, you can see that this soul tree at the top has a larger portrait. That's your leader. Once you've unlocked them, they will sail up into their flagship, and you can invite them in, and they will unlock the next section of the soul tree. So this trees, those except for the free houses, we don't have a leader, but the Imperial, the Monster, and the Bannerless Pirates, they have a leader, and it unlocks an entire new section, including the big capital ships you've seen in the trailer, some combat ships, and eventually a wonder for that faction. So the goal we can talk about and the progression in the game, it's there. It's not a very grind. It's very relaxed. It's just build and grow and unlock new stuff. I am also balancing the game to be a little bit more challenging, to provide a few more enemies, and that conquering it won't be as easy as it is now. So that's a little bit more useful. But the main goal is just to unlock everything there is to see and design your settlement as you want it. If that means it's aggressive and you want to conquer, fine. But to see everything, you really have to get back into building your settlement and having fun doing that, designing it, getting all these new buildings in place. And that's really the way you get to see more of what content is in the game. So I wanted to correct that and apologize from the stuff that's coming in the new patch. There is now in the pause menu a button straight to the soul tree and the inventory, because there's also an inventory of stuff you might not have missed. And those are important mechanics to unlock more of the game than you get at the start of the campaign. And to reiterate, the free build mode has none of this. That is just a fuck around, have fun mode. That's basically a creative mode without resources or commanders. But these commanders literally add unique content to your game. So that's this little intro on progression and tech trees, or soul tree in this team. And I hope that's explained it a little bit. New patch is coming, working hard a bit. That makes things hopefully a little bit more clean. And definitely listening to all the feedback and trying to get the game improved as much as possible before I move on to new content, and more on that in a future video.